Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we decode those dry corporate filings to find the juiciest bits. And today we are digging into Ingles Markets Incorporated. You know, the folks who sell your groceries and probably know more about your pantry than you do. Were there any surprises in their latest report, or just more of the same old soup? Alright, let's dive right into this. Ingles Markets has made some changes to how they do things behind the scenes, specifically with their bylaws. Think of bylaws as the company's internal rulebook. The big news here is that on the 19th of September 2025, the board of directors rolled out a new updated rulebook called the Second Amended and Restated Bylaws. They didn't just tweak a few things. They rewrote the whole thing to make it more modern, and frankly, to give themselves a bit more say. One of the key reasons for these changes is to make sure that if shareholders want to nominate new directors or propose their own business ideas at the company meetings, they have to follow a more specific process and give advance notice. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean that individual shareholders will have a clearer, though perhaps more structured, path to bring their ideas forward. It is about making sure things run smoothly and predictably. They also updated the job titles and responsibilities for the company's officers. This is pretty standard stuff, like a spring cleaning for the executive suite, making sure everyone's role is clearly defined in the official documents. It also helps clarify who is responsible for what when things get busy. Now, this next part is interesting. They've also made the indemnification provisions stronger for their directors and officers. Indemnification basically means the company will protect its leaders, like its board members and top executives, from certain legal costs and liabilities if they get sued for actions taken while doing their jobs. By strengthening this, the company is showing it is committed to protecting its leadership, which can be appealing to attract and retain top talent, but it also means these leaders have a bit more of a safety net. They've also given themselves more breathing room when it comes to scheduling board meetings. This sounds minor, but it means the board can adapt more easily to changing circumstances and convene meetings when needed without being tied to overly rigid schedules. It's about operational flexibility. And in a move that reflects modern times, they've allowed for electronic signatures and communications for certain company actions. This speeds things up considerably. No more waiting for a physical signature when a digital one will do for many official processes. They've also updated how shareholders can appoint someone to vote on their behalf, known as proxy appointment. This means the process for shareholders to have their voice heard, even if they cannot attend a meeting, is being brought up to date with current electronic standards. All these changes to their internal rulebook, the Second Amended and Restated Bylaws, became official on the same day they were adopted by the board, the 19th of September. You can find the full detailed document as Exhibit 3.1 if you want to pore over every word. So, what does this all boil down to? Ingles Markets is tidying up its internal governance. They are making their bylaws more robust, more modern, and ensuring their leadership is well protected while making shareholder communication more efficient. This is generally positive housekeeping for a company, aiming to run smoother and protect its people. Now, while these bylaw changes are important for how the company operates internally, what everyone really wants to know is how the business is performing financially. Unfortunately, this particular filing, an 8K focused on an amendment to bylaws, does not include detailed financial statements. We are not seeing revenue figures, profit margins, or any of the juicy numbers that tell the story of their sales performance. Typically, you look at a 10Q for quarterly financial updates or a 10K for the annual deep dive. This 8K is more about the operational rules than the financial results. So, from a financial perspective, this filing gives us no new information. It is like getting an update on the rules of a game without seeing the scoreboard. From a high level looking at Ingles Markets Incorporated, ticker symbol IMTAR, which trades on the Nasdaq Global Select Market. They operate in the grocery retail space. This is a competitive market dominated by giants like Walmart and Kroger, as well as regional players. Their strategy typically involves focusing on value and customer loyalty, particularly in the southeastern United States where they have a strong presence. The changes we've seen today in their bylaws suggest a company that is focused on strengthening its corporate governance and ensuring operational efficiency. The enhanced indemnification for officers and directors could be seen as a move to attract and retain experienced leadership in a challenging industry. It can also signal that the company anticipates potential legal challenges or simply wants to offer competitive protection to its top people. The modernization of shareholder engagement processes, like advance notice for proposals and updated proxy provisions, indicates an attempt to streamline how the company interacts with its owners. This could be driven by a desire to prevent disruptive shareholder activism, or simply by a proactive effort to improve governance standards under evolving regulations. While this filing doesn't offer a snapshot of their financial health, the governance updates are a signal of how the company is preparing itself for the future. Without the financial data, it is hard to say definitively if they are growing or shrinking, but they are clearly working on the framework within which their business operates. Looking ahead, the key for Ingles Markets is to continue balancing operational efficiency with growth in a tough retail environment. How they manage their supply chain, their pricing strategies, and their customer experience will be critical. We do need to see their next quarterly or annual financial report to analyze their revenue trends, profitability, and overall financial strength. So, in conclusion, this filing from Ingles Markets Incorporated is all about internal housekeeping and governance. They've updated their rulebook to be more modern, protected their leadership, and streamlined shareholder processes. While it doesn't tell us about their sales numbers or profits, it does show a company focused on strengthening its operational backbone. What is your take on these bylaw changes and what they might signal for Ingles Markets? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown useful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate insights. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we see you in the next decode.